Hello. Hello everyone. Well, I'm glad you're all lurking, that's fine. Not a problem. Does my mic sound any better today by any chance? I found like some settings in my PC where I could turn them up a little bit. Result. That's alright then. Hopefully I won't be breathing too heavy, so yeah, sorry about that if that happens. Right. But yes, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Right, let me I feel like it's been ages since I last streamed. I'm sure it was only last week. Right. Let us get into it. So yeah, I'm gonna be streaming. Hopefully, yeah, I don't really know how much I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and get these first two buildings done. They're in Valentine in Red Dead 2. So that's the sheriff's building and the drugstore or doctor's place, which I believe are these two little buildings on the end here. So I've got them as a little guide, and I've got some little figures. So excited for this. I'm very glad. I'm glad you're here. Also, I need to show these off because I'm really happy with how these turned out. My little Arthur twins I've got going on here. Hang on, let me focus on them. I'm well happy with those. Yeah, got him in two little poses. I thought I could just sort of dress the set with him at the end, if depending how far I get with it. But yeah, I think they're pretty cool. So anyway, gonna do the sheriff's building first, I think, because that is slightly easier to do. So let's just jump into it. Yeah, I got a screenshot of the map so I could get the some of the scales roughly correct. So we'll see how that goes. It might be terrible yet. We shall see. Right, what we got? Now, I don't know actually what these silhouettes represent, whether it's the actual building or the entire thing. I think it's just the building itself. Ah, Kev, thank you for the raid, and hello everybody, hope you're all doing okay. Yeah, we're doing some Red Dead Redemption 2 3D artwork. I'm basically going to be trying to somewhat recreate Valentine. Might be a little bit ambitious. I'm only doing these first two buildings on the corner here this evening, but we'll see how it goes, and then depending on how this comes out, I might end up just doing, I think, you know, in the end, if I really want to push the boat out, I'll just try and do like the main street with the church at the end. I think that could make quite a cool model. I thought I'd do these two buildings because they're a little bit easier than the rest. So I've got my little figure here that I can use as a bit of a guide for the height of the rooms and stuff. And my reference pictures that I can just pull in from the side. So, right. I think I know how I'm going to do all these wooden slats. I was thinking about it earlier, and because of the way I've got to do the text, like how it's shown on here, it's like painted on as a texture. I'm just going to wing it and basically put in a piece of text and just squash it in there. So it won't look as good as this. You know, from far enough away, it should look fine. So that'll be fine. Okay, so slightly above. Quite difficult to figure out where's this bloke's head come. About there, isn't it? So it's about 3 people tall. So if I just said that's how big it was. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. No, do not go into render mode because that's what crashes the computer, as we learnt before. Is it about that tall? That looks really tall. Huh. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's a bit wider and that's why it's throwing me off a tad. That already looks a bit better. We'll go with that. What we got in the chat? Yeah, it's nice and calm, bit of a change after gruesome carrying. Then we can buy a 3D model of it after. Yes, I mean that would be great. I'd love to be able to make them as 3D models. I'm not sure if I said before. I did try and make one of my Tomb Raider models as a 3D model. Obviously, it would have just been like one colour. But yeah, it would have taken ages. Black Wolf, good luck with model making. No worries. Cheers for coming by anyway. Yeah, I'll catch you later. Have a good evening. Right. Sorry if I'm a little bit slow. I'm always slow at the start of doing things, and until I get into like the rhythm of doing it, I'll be fine. Right, I need to mark the windows to start with. Oh, why can't I do that? Right, I've already got the height, so what I'm going to do, let's get rid of these faces in the centre. Let's get rid of those, and then we're left with these two. And then I'm just going to fill these in. Let's get rid of that one. Is that filled in? Hopefully. Probably doesn't help that my reference picture is just halfway in the centre of the whole model. Doesn't help that much. Also, hello Med, I didn't see you there. Hope you're doing okay. Right, that's easy enough for those two windows that are up there. Let's just I've got to think how to do this. Is it going to be better to make this entire front piece its own thing because of the pitch of the roof? Huh. Let's bring over my little reference drawing that I've done. Right, so we've got the two windows on the front, we've got two windows downstairs, which is here, and you've got the door. And those two windows are like in the centre of this section. So they would be here somewhere. If we're going off our little figure, then the top of the door is going to be there-ish. Just say that's the bottom of the window. You said that's where this first bit comes down from, and you got the other windows just below that. Hasn't got to be completely perfect. Yeah, it's there or thereabouts, I think. So if I just copy this face, and inset where the windows and doors are going to be. Is that the right thing to do? That looks weird. Oh, that's why. There you go, that's better. So, if I was just to do that, then that gives me a mark, because I'm going to build the windows and doors separately and then just fill them in later. Okay, that's okay, that's alright, that's alright. Okay, what we got on the back? You watch, I've chosen something that I thought, oh yeah, that'll be easy enough to do, and it'll take me absolutely ages and I'll really struggle with it, because that's my luck. Right, that's the back, so you've got a door on that side, door on that side. So it's basically a mirror image of this, so that's kind of good, because so those ones there, that's where the door is. But then, right, so if that's where the window is, the steps that go around the side are going to be somewhere around here, I think. Have I got a back image? I do. Huh, okay. So they're probably, let's just make a marker for it. Doesn't matter about making loads of extra faces. Need to get back into this. You do need to get back into it. You just need the time to do it. I mean, you might have an opportunity while you're doing your game course, Matt. you might have a chance then. Right, so that is that window there. I know why this is throwing me off now, because that isn't actually how high the building is. It needs to come down to like there, because then you've got the angle on the back of the roof. Sorry if these like reference images are going to throw you off, because they're all over the place at the minute. Yeah, somewhere around there. It's not quite a, I don't know what you'd call it, a low pitch. Is that the right term? I have no idea. It sounds good. It'll do. Okay. We want the door up here to be. Got a door that side. That's the window. That's the other window. So then the door will be there, won't it? But is that going to be the right size? Because that looks different to how it is here. Huh. How can I fix that? Let me think. So if that's the door, it'd need to be that size, but then that doesn't make sense. How can I fix this? So it'd be that, basically, would be the door. But then that doesn't add up, does it? Because the window finishes flush with the top of this door. So let's just try and do it by eye. I can always morph the windows later so that they fit a little bit better. I think it'd be like that. Let's go with that for now. I can always change it later. Right. There is a window on the side, which is on the ground floor. Again, I can probably change this later. And then there's some windows on this side as well. Which, right, I'm going to move that one out of the way now. Turn this around. What we got? We've got 4 windows on this side, which that one's easy enough to do. And these ones shouldn't be too bad either. If I just do that, and if I get that window there, that one and that one, it's there or thereabouts. I know these windows are different heights, but oh no, that's wrong. It's there, isn't it? So that's in line. Which means I have done it wrong on this side, haven't I? I just can't get it right. Never mind. Right, let's figure this out. So it depends really how thick the board is in there. Because it is exactly 2, isn't it, the way I've done it? Yeah, I've shot myself in the foot by doing that. Unless I just leave it like that on the back. I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Right, what's the best way of doing this roof? Try and get rid of some of these edges. I think I've got to do the wooden slats yet. That's going to be kind of interesting to do. Not sure how well that'll go, but we'll see. Sorry if you can hear the relentless clicking as well while I'm just doing this. Yeah, I might have to just undo all this in a minute as well, because this might not work how I intend it to. Let's just dissolve the edges. No, that's not going to work. Is it better to just do... Oh. Let me think. You know what? I'm going to leave that where it is. Just shift it over. Start from the top. I'm just trying to think of ways I can do it that means like the least amount of work and the least amount of like selecting little things to change later on. So I can kind of iron out problems I might have later. And then we're on to a winner. I can keep this piece because I can just move that back over. Right. Let's do something like this. Where does the pitch come down? Just above the window, so it's there somewhere. So if we just whack this up like that. Might have kick-started Blender. As in you've started Blender? Right, that's already like got the basic shape down, so that is a good start. Let me start with the whole... Right, 2 stories. Let's just divide these up. How many subdivisions is that? Or edge loops even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I think. I could just type it in. Right, that gives me... I didn't actually see where it was. Right, this is already going a little bit better than the last one did. Now, what we can do is just select this front face again, duplicate it, extrude it out slightly. Yes, I may have opened it up. Well, I mean, you know, I'm definitely no teacher, but if you just want to play around with things and you want to, you know how to do something, then I can always attempt to show you how to do it. Don't know how good that'll be. Right, that'll kind of do for the windows and stuff. The doors are going to be wider than this mark here, but I should do them all at the same time. So if we were to just inset them like that, I could be getting ahead of myself again, and I might need to rebuild again in a second, so apologies for that. Right, that's now the same height. Windows in there, windows on the side. Is it better to... You got one at the front, and you got one at the back, 2 below it. Yeah, maybe that sort of size. Because then you've got one there. No, not that's a lie. There's one here. But it's further forward, but I can shift that in a second. And you've got one at the top here, one at the back slightly in, and then 2 below like that. So let's just try and do those. I think it'll make my life easier if I get the windows actually spaced right and stuff. So then there'll be one here, I think, and one there. And then there's the door on the back this side, but I'll do that in a sec. There's a window up here. Then there's a door over this side, and then you've got those double windows like you have that side. At the back, I've just got to get them in the right place. 4 up, 1 in. I think it's there. Is it that? Yeah, I think it is. Then if we inset those faces like that, then that's all those faces done. Right, the doors. Yeah, we need to make these wider, so yeah, it's better. Now I've got this gap. I can put the stairs in here, like it, as if the floor was inside, and you've got the space for it. So that is good. Let's go individual origins, make those a little bit wider. And they look different. Why is that? Have I made... So unless I set those windows up one more instead. Maybe I have to do that then. Damn! I'll get there eventually. Let's delete those windows. Considering what I built the other week, in comparison to this, what this is, like, I'm struggling a lot more with this so far. It's funny how that can happen. So these ones can stay. Let's just rebuild these again. Thing is, I've got to kind of redo this all again on the building next door to it as well. So hopefully, once I've sorted it out on this one, it'll be easier on the next. So let's just shift these windows up one more then. One more loop. Which might look a bit much, to be honest. Let's just see. Let's just see even. It's all just going to be trial and error, I suppose. Okay. From the top. So I don't actually know where they were. Either way, that was where the other door was, which is that 8 tall? Yeah, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I've still messed it up. How have I managed this badly? Never mind, let's just make the whole building taller by about that much. And I can whack that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one on the front should be the same. Yep. And then these windows, which are... So I've done them 5, I've done that one wrong, but it should be 4. So there's 4 there, that's 4. Got 1 there, and 1 there. Okay. Looks a little bit too close to the top of the roof, if I'm honest. Let's take that up even more. Thing is, I don't want to make it look too tall, like it's just a skyscraper shed. I might have to widen it a little bit, and you know, squash it and change it about a bit, and we'll see how it goes. I cocked this window up as well, so we'll fix that now. Then we can actually move on to something more, well, I don't know if it'll be more interesting to look at, but something, you know, different to look at. Whoops. No, not that one. That one. And it was 4, which is there. Same as that one, that side. Okay, is that all good? Yeah, the inset shouldn't matter too much. The other thing I need to do is move these forward, because look at my reference picture. Yeah, they're much closer towards the front. Oh, whoops, turn off snapping. Oh, is that going to ruin everything there though? It is a bit, isn't it? I can cheat. I can just grab that entire set and just move it forwards, then it doesn't distort them. That'll do. I think the next thing I need to do is try and figure out the wooden slats, which don't need to all be equal, but I might take a bit of messing about to try and get right. Oh, okay. So the top windows were here. We need enough space to put the sheriff bit. Yeah, I suppose that won't be too far out once you've got the, I don't know what you call it, the little overhang section. Because this can still go up a bit higher. It's almost a full window's height, so it is probably around there. It might just be because of the angles that I've got it at that it looks strange. Anyway, we'll run with that. We can delete that other one because that's rubbish. So we'll get rid of that. Now this is going to be the awkward part, I think. Just trying to, well, need to do the doors first. Let's get those out of the way. Please be right this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's all good. And widen those out to that sort of size. If I look at my little man there, it's there or thereabouts. It might be a bit high. I can scale him up or whatever. That's fine. Okay. What I might do is move the bloody reference pictures so I can see what I'm doing for a start, and maybe scale this up a little bit. Just gives it a little bit more of an angle, and I'm going to copy that and make that its own object because I think I need to do the roof separately as its own thing later on. So the wooden slats are quite thin, aren't they? I don't really want to place them on my hand because that could be a right faff. I think John Marston's house is my next project only because of the bloody floor plan. Yeah, do that. That'll be awesome. I think that'll definitely be a good thing to go for as well. I mean, I was about to say the houses in Red Dead are a good thing to go for because they're a little bit simpler, but yeah, I'm having a tiny bit of a nightmare so far. I'm just going to do this way. Does that make the wooden beams like thin? Yeah, that's plenty. That's good. We shall go with that. Simple can also be harder. Yeah, definitely. I think I've proved that to myself with this. There won't be the wooden bits at the top here. But that's is that an issue? Is that something I can just do by hand at the end? It probably is. I'm not going to worry about it now. This method I'm thinking of as well. This might not even work. And I know the more of these loops and that I put in, the more likely my PC is to slow down. Right, let's make a copy of that just in case I cock it up. Right, yeah, this is going to be a tiny little bit tedious to do because I want to make the actual slats somewhat 3D. I want to have them sticking out a little bit. So I've just got to go, and I still can't figure out the shortcut to select every other face. I've definitely done it once before, and I think I did it by accident. I don't know if that would work here because I've got to select loads of random faces, but still, it might have helped us had. I've got to select every other one, and then I've got to go and select all of the other ones, all the alternate ones. Now I can do the beams in the corners of the building, which will tidy it up a lot. We'll get there, we'll get there. Hopefully you're bearing with me. What's the time already? Yeah, it goes so quickly. It's like, yeah, that's fine. I've not even really given my... You know, I'm looking around the town and I was like, oh yeah, that won't be too bad to try and do. Even if I get one of these done, that'll be a start. good if I can at least do that. I'm just going to double check. Have I done them the right way round? On the back of the building, the door is on the right hand side on the top. Yeah, I have done that right. It's all good, it's all good. Just doubting myself as per. So after all this still might not have the effect I really want, so I might be doing all this again as well, but we shall see. Especially when you're talking about Rockstar games, they're known for an insane amount of hit. Yeah, definitely. It's interesting when I like research these projects and I go and look at things that people, when you're just playing the game, you go and look at things you wouldn't really normally notice. Like even down to like the way that certain doors are bolted on and things like that. And I'm looking at the detail like, yeah, I need to do this and that. And it's like, people aren't going to notice. I could just, you know, whack Sheriff's House on any old building and that would probably do. But me being me, I like to try and be a bit over the top. But I think that's just like my personal way of doing things. We're getting there, we're getting there. Don't want to select inside the doors and windows. I at least know I can use control to do a shortcut. Right, okay, that is all of those ones done. So then what I'm going to do, hopefully, is very slightly insert all the faces and then very slightly extrude them all out. And then if I do that again on all of the other ones, then it will look like the whole thing's covered in wooden planks. And then either I need to use text as a stencil around here and then use the knife tool to basically cut out the text and then put it on that way. Or yeah, I'll do like I said, just make a text object and just sort of slap it on the top like it's 3D and not painted on. Might look a bit shite, but we'll try it. I'll come back to you about those panels. Not a problem. Oh yeah, of course, John's house is like all wooded panels, isn't it, as well? I think that'll be pretty tricky to do, you know, like thinking about it, because it's got like quite a few like different angles and stuff on the roof, hasn't it? From memory, anyway. Need help with that. Not gonna hand place tiles again. Yeah, there's I've still not found the best way of doing like roof tiles and stuff. I mean, as you'll see shortly, the way I'm going to do the roof is going to be quite slow, but it's kind of the way I'm doing this. But I'll have to do it so it's like staggered, so it actually looks like roof tiles. But you should be able to then just do them all at once. I'm sure I'll find a better way of doing this eventually. But yeah, I think it would do for now. I think even if I really wanted to be, you know, that detailed about it, all of these wooden panels, like if you actually look at like I don't know, like a shed, they're all slightly angled as well. I feel like if I do that, then the way that I want to do the text won't work out as well. So I'm just going to do it this way, otherwise it means going back through all of them and selecting all of these again and then rotating them all slightly inwards so that they have a slight angle to them. But yeah, I really don't think that I need to do that. Let me see, floor plan is not too bad, it's the bloody roof. Yeah, it will be the roof. The roofs are always awkward. I always struggle with roofs. It was even like on that little Age of Empires thing I was doing. I was dreading that because of the way like the curved tiles are. I still didn't do that perfectly, but you did it. Well, I managed to do it like good enough. Balcony on the Hogwash house. No, I can do it. It's just remember. Yeah. Yeah, you sort of just I end up just fumbling my way through things. It's just trial and error, really. So this might not be the most exciting thing to watch. It's not the most exciting thing to do either, this, but when it's such a, like, the building itself is quite plain, I like to just put these sorts of details on it. So just, especially in the style that I do, it will make it look a lot more interesting, because I haven't got any like proper textures. Otherwise, it will literally just look like a brown box. So, if I can do anything to zhuzh it up a bit, I shall do. Even if it does take an hour. Hopefully not an hour. So I think I'll be lucky to get the other one done, especially as the building next door is slightly larger. I did go and look around Saint Denis and Blackwater as well, because they're probably my favourite places in Red Dead 2. But I was just getting overwhelmed by the amount of, like, I mean, the architecture there is incredible in both those places, but because so many of the buildings are linked together, I didn't want to just make them sort of as a standalone thing. You kind of have to build, like, you have to commit and sort of just build a street if you're going to try and recreate the whole thing. So, yeah, I just went with Valentine. Right, so yeah, you get the gist of what I was trying to do there. It kind of looks like wooden poles and beams and stuff. What we got here? It's relaxing. It's very relaxing to listen. Oh, that's good. Haven't raged at these masks for 40 minutes. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're getting on alright with your masks. Only 42 minutes in. Let's see how it goes. Sorry about that. Okay. I can probably back this up now to, I don't really know where, maybe there somewhere. Because then I need to basically put a load of these wooden pillars on the corners. So I think I'll do that next. I might just whack a colour on this to start with as well. It's a very dull browny colour, which is always difficult to get. Somewhere around there. It's barely even brown, is it? I might make my own masks. Yeah, that'd be cool. I've loved seeing like some of the masks and that people have done. They've been so awesome. Like, you know, with everything that's going on. Some very creative people. Right, let's make these beams somewhat like how they are. Basically just got to hide these corners. A tad. So that's okay. And we'll whack some at the back. Cool. They can be their own. They're kind of the same colour. This is definitely a lot. It's such like a brushed. Like so much of the colour is brushed out of the wood. It's so like worn. I don't really know how I'm going to get that colour. Make those slightly different, just to make things look slightly more interesting. Better save it, because I've not saved it yet. I may make Death Stranding and Marvel ones. That sounds good. Death Stranding will be cool. Okay. I've just realised that, let me see where the roof actually finishes. It is almost actually, it's almost flush with the top of this. So where that is there is kind of bang on. Oh, right, the roof is going to be the next painful part. Did I actually do a... yeah, so it's got all these wooden beams underneath, and then the roof just sits on top. So the harder thing to do here is the tiles, which I think are just like, again, just bits of wood. And I think I know how I'm going to do this as well, and this is going to be, again, a little bit tedious, but hopefully you'll bear with us. Now they're going to need to be, yeah, even smaller, as they are tiles. I know there's like a ridge across the centre of the roof, so I can do that separately as one solid object, so that's a few less that I've got to make. So this will be, do I give the whole roof a bit of thickness first? You know what, let me, just in case, let me duplicate this, make the bottom one its own object, because then I can use that to fill out the space between the building and the roof later. Then we want to grab all of these faces in the centre and slightly extrude them out, and then extrude them sideways, and then you've got some sort of ridge on the roof. I think it's like lead in the actual game. So I just squash that down a bit and bring that down. Then it kind of looks like almost like a cap over that top ridge of tiles. Now let me think how I'm going to do this. I think I actually need to add a whole new set of lines in between all of these as well. Oh, this is going to take a little while, so sorry about that. Ooh, no it's not. I can cheat here. I can cheat. I can use the mirror modifier and then just copy it all over. Let's just delete half of this. You know, delete those faces, and then I think that point's already in the middle. Right, yeah, I'm going to cheat. Sorry, I went quiet there for a sec. I was just speaking to me dad. Right, so where this pivot point is already should be in roughly the right place. So I add a mirror modifier. It should perfectly mirror it over that point, how it is already. And yeah, then I'm going to basically make all of these tiles, which is going to take a little while, but nowhere near as long as it would have if I was selecting all the other side as well. So there's the silver lining, I suppose. And hopefully this will look a little bit like tiles. Jason Cheetah, yep, exactly. So yeah, we'll eventually get there. Sadly, I've got to select all the others after this as well, so Apologies if I go a little bit quiet. I kind of get a bit mesmerised when doing this because it just all the repeating patterns. You're like, oh, just be over with already. See, I just messed that up. Again, there's a few different ways I think I could have approached this, but yeah, I've already gone this far into this now, so I guess this is what we're running with. This is extremely tedious, especially as I do have to select all the others afterwards. Almost there. My hand's going to cramp up if I do this much more. Right. What I'm going to do, again, slightly inset, then extrude them all outwards, and then make sure that individual origins is selected, because then it's all of these individual sets of faces, and then rotate on the y-axis, and then they should all look like little tiles. And then once I've done all the others, we should be good to go. I've just realised I was meant to overlap them all, and I haven't done that. So that is really annoying. Oh no. Maybe I could just leave it like that. Still sort of looks tile-like. I could rough that up a little bit as well and just select some random vertices and use proportional editing and randomize it, and then just do that, and then all of the roof tiles will have like their own little thing. I think I have to do the other ones because otherwise it looks a little bit weird. Yeah, let's commit to it. It's fine, we'll be done with this in a minute. I'm really curious as to what the text is going to look like on the front, because that could be a little bit could look a bit strange. Come on, let's plow through this. Come on, come on. Using the mirror modifier was definitely the one. That would have been painful having to do it on both sides. Can you do effects on the text? To some degree you can. You can add. Sorry. I think it's a curve modifier. I don't really know how to use them properly. Just if you wanted to, bend the text around something. That is about as far as my knowledge goes. You can. There's a few different settings you can do with text. You can sort of. I don't know how to describe it. You can make them make the text look almost like neon, so where the inside of the letter is hollowed out and the outside is all the actual 3D object. And then you can extrude the text as well and make it thicker or thinner and stuff. So there's lots of things you can do. I'm sure there's plenty more that you can do than I know of as well. Oh, it's so annoying that I didn't do this right the first time. Is that every one? Yes. Let's just see how it looks. So we'll just do the same again and rotate them so that they look like tiles. It definitely looks better with them all filled out like that. It's annoying though that they're all so perfect. They should be all offset, so faded or whatever. Yeah, I think to some extent you can do that. I'll have a little look at and play around in a sec. So if I was to put that about there, have it overhanging slightly, needs to overhang either side a lot more, and that can go up a bit, or a lot. Let's move that out of the way. Try and get it to fit the same pitch that we've got there already. It's about there, isn't it? That can sit up there. Then there should be space underneath for the beams, and then the space at the top for the main beam as well. Okay. No, do not click render. We don't want to do that. That's what breaks things. I'm going to slightly push that up there so it's nearer the edge. Let's save that. I hate tiles in this. Yeah, they're not. It's not the most fun thing to do. But I think that looks okay as a tile effect. I'm gonna run with it for now anyway. That's pretty much. I usually do them this way anyway. I think I could have used an array modifier, which is where you basically just make one tile. You apply the modifier, and then you it basically copies it to like the to the right or the left, or like above or below the object you've made, and then you can like up the amount of copies of it there is. So you could say you're making like a banner, like a stair, like I don't need to call it a balcony, just a balcony like railing, and you wanted like all the poles equally spaced and stuff. Then you could just make one of them and then apply an array modifier, and then basically just make them really quickly. So that's quite handy. I was thinking about doing that for the tiles, but then you're limited because you can't modify them all to make them all look different like I have here, so each one's like slightly different. If that made any sense whatsoever. I'm very not good at describing things. Oh no, don't do that. I needed to leave that one there. I wanted to copy it. Or duplicate it even. Because then I might as well just use one of these for this top part. Which is squished slightly. Just make it a bit wider. And we can inset that and bring that down a bit. And then you've got all these little bits across the top, so let's just inset again. Do something like that. And then to make all of those little bits that stick out. Actually, you know what? I can use an array modifier. Let's give it a go. I don't use them that often. What do those little things look like that are holding up the roof? They're just... no, they're basically just little rectangles, aren't they? They are basically little things like that with a slight angle on them, I think. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Right, array, put the count up to 7, and then put the relative offset outwards. No, whoops. Something like that. But I want to squish them a lot more. Why does that change all of them? Medium point? Huh, never mind. Something like that anyway. I could probably do the same thing for the beams underneath the roof as well. So I'm going to make these same colour as whatever this is, so that's colour 13. Yeah, it's a nice extra little feature on there. Okay. I might just try and put the text on there now, just to see what it looks like, because it's probably going to look awful. So let's just give it a go. Text, and then we want to, what do I want to do? Center, center. I need to change the font to one that I've downloaded, which I think the one I need is this one. And then just write sheriff instead, if I can spell that. Is that right? Come on. Sheriff. So it's not exactly the same font, but it's there or thereabouts. And it slightly... I'm just gonna... Yeah, so it's a 3D object that I'm basically just going to sit on the front here. If I add a tiny bit of geometry to it, so it's a 3D object, and then just back it in a bit. Or do I do that at all? If I do that, it actually looks more like it's painted on probably. Sheriff. Okay. It's kind of cool. Doesn't look too bad actually. Should have probably left something like that till last, because that's always a satisfying little detail to add. Just to make this look a little bit more interesting, I'm just going to do that. Whoops. Just do that. Inset it and just make that look a little bit better. No, let's leave those lights off. Okay, this one, I think I'm just going to... Do I just get rid of it now? No, if I do that, I'll probably end up needing it, won't I? So let's not do that. Okay. I do need this other piece that I've got here. And I need to do the same thing as I did before with the roof. Looks amazing, Jason. Thank you very much, Nat. I'm glad you like it. It's not the most exciting thing to look at the minute, I suppose. It's just hopefully it'll look a bit better when there's some windows and stuff on it. I do think, like at the it's already 8 o'clock. I think I'll only get this one done tonight, and I think I'll class that as a win. It's a shame because of I said to do these both because you've got this like little catwalk that runs between the buildings and this little stairway, and there's a door into this building here on the catwalk that connects to this one, if that's the term to call it. So they are kind of a set building that's together, so it might look a bit weird, because I'm just going to need to leave a gap for where that connects onto, but that's even if I get around to doing the stairs. Alright, what am I going to do next? I need to give the whole roof a little bit of thickness, which I can just do by doing that. And the way I can make the wooden beams, even though I was going to use an array modifier, I am just going to be lazy and kind of do it again a similar way to how I did the main wooden struts. So I can inset these faces again. And extrude them down so that it looks like wooden beams. So if I do that, they're all slightly different sizes but individual origins, and then scale them in Y. You know what, let's scale them all up slightly. This one here is bigger than the rest, so let's make that a bit smaller so it's more like the others. Oh, now I've got to select them all again, haven't I? Whoops. It's not too bad, it doesn't take too long. That's one thing I did mess up anyway, let's do that. Did I do the same this side? No, it's all good. Yeah, I think if I ended up doing the other house tonight, we'd be here till like 11 o'clock, so... We shan't be doing that, I don't think. I'll just try and aim to get this one done. Give it a little base so that it looks sort of tidied up, and then if I do end up deciding I want to build the rest of Valentine, I can just add the ground at a later date, which is going to be quite difficult because Valentine is built on a slight hill, so... Right, there we go, there's our wooden beams. And if I just... actually... if I just shift this whole thing down, move it back a tad. Slightly lower it under the roof. It's not quite butted up properly, but that should do. I also don't think this overlaps on the end here, but I'm going to leave it as is. For now. Turn the PC down. Whoops. Right, and then I can just make that this dark colour, which is, it's 13, isn't it? Really should name things. Okay, we have some sort of a house. Or building. What colour is the roof? It is a grey colour, isn't it? It's a little bit darker than that, I think. Maybe not that dark. And whack the roughness up of those as well, so that it's not as shiny. Thank you. Yeah, we can leave that as is for now. Right, what's probably the best thing to do next? There is a sheriff sign on the side here, so I could probably just put that in quickly. Sheriff. Yeah, it doesn't look as janky as I thought it would do, so I'll keep that as is. Got the brick building on the side to do. This little front cover piece, I could probably cheat again, like I'm always doing, and just reuse a piece of this roof. So if I select that, take the modifier off, and put that roughly where it needs to go. Don't really know how far it sticks out. Not that much. So rotate that around. No. Like that, something like that. You can just leave that there as a marker for now. We can change that later. I'm going to do all the woodwork underneath it. Oh, there's slats underneath this as well. Not as many as there is here. I wonder, can I just steal this and then just do the same sort of thing again? I'll just delete that. And that. And then if I select all of these end faces, because there'll be a gap there now, and just fill them in. Do the same thing this way and just delete all of that. Doesn't matter if there's a gap on the back here. Does matter about this gap though. So fill that one in. And then if I just stretch the whole thing, and then if these need shifting slightly, then so be it. Just got to try and get it the right in the right place. That's the only thing. I'll rotate it that way. I'll just do that. That's going to make my life a lot easier. There we go. Just get it there or thereabouts underneath the tiles. thing like that. And then just stretch the whole thing across. Put the origin in the centre. It's slightly out. They don't quite go to the ends. Do they? Don't think so. How have I drawn it on here? No, you've got them in the centre only. So if I just shift them all inwards and just extrude the ends, and then I can fill the rest in later. Median point. Let me select those faces again and just scale them in slightly so that they don't stick past the end of the building. Yeah, that should do. Get that centre, roughly central. These beams are kind of annoying me a little bit because they're all different sizes. Just make them a bit thinner. Again, just going to do it by eye. I suppose these wooden beams wouldn't be perfect anyway, would they? So, cool. It's coming along, it's coming along. Right, I'm afraid I have to dash. Hope the rest of the stream goes well. Have a look at this build so far. No worries, Kev. Cheers for the raid and whatnot. Cheers for staying with us for a little while. Yeah, I'll catch you again soon, mate. Let's just shift that there somewhat. Okay. Should I do the windows and doors next? That might be a good thing to do. Right, let's start with a faithful cube and make it sort of window shaped. Yeah, what we got in the details? Right, the whole thing gets inset and then inset again, so we've got the first inset with the top part of the window. If I split it in half, and then there's the bottom part of the window that's slightly inset like that. And then we want the windows split like that. I think we can squash the whole window in a bit. And you've got a little decorative part on the top. Which looks a bit like that, and then if we do something little on the bottom, some sort of windowsill, and then just insert all the windows. Have a window. Which is going to be that dark 13 colour again. And then just need to make the windows some sort of translucent sort of colour. If we whack the roughness down, that makes them more reflective, and whack up the transmission. We get a nice reflection in them. Make that a bluey colour. Darken it down a bit so it's not too obvious. Yeah, something like that should do. Make these sides a little bit bigger. Cool. Now I've just got to fit these around the window holes that I've made. It'd be easier to do that on this. Again, I'm just going to do this by eye. Nothing too Perfect. Cool. It's handy that all the windows are sort of the same style all the way around. Now, you can see there's slight difference there where this window is a little bit too wide, but you know what, I'll just widen it a tiny bit. I don't think it's going to be enough to really notice anything major. Cool. Do the same the other side. Should be able to just sort of whack this one straight up to roughly where it needs to go. And this one should be the right size already now. Try and get those about level. Got Arthur just standing in the background there. I'm well happy with how he turned out. I know I've already said, but despite not being like very character arty, I do like making the little low poly blender figures, even though it's really difficult to pose them because I don't know how to set up rigging and that properly. Does that look about right? It does, doesn't it? That's okay. Right, the windows on the ground floor, they're a bit different, aren't they? Those two that are together. Did I do a drawing of them? It's the wrong way around, that's why I'm getting confused. I've drawn them the same. So, there they are. Fine, that's good. Makes my life easier. Let's copy one from up here because then I can keep it on the same level. Okay, about there. And then let's do these ones down here. Must be the same as the ones on the front, or at least I'm going to make them that way, just to speed things up a bit. I just merge those two together to stretch them across here, across the gap, and we'll do the same on the front. Let's put the origin in the centre, then I can just rotate it 180 in place, and then it's exactly the same place as the other one. Cool. Kill, kill, kill. Just do another save. That's coming together alright. That chimney on the top, we'll do that later. Probably do the doors next. Why have I done that little arrow? I remember I did that for a reason. I think it says sheriff on it, doesn't it? It does say something. Say sheriff's office on it. Did I write it down anywhere? Yes I did, it's right there. My bad. And I think that's in the same font as the one I've already got there, so that's fine. I can just put that as a little plaque. There's a lamp that goes in between here and here. Right, as far as the doors go, the two on the back are their own design and the one on the front is its own design, so let's do the front one first. Do the front one first. Don't think there's anything particularly special about it. One, two, three, four. I'll just grab these two and bring those down a bit. Bring that slightly below halfway. There we've got a window in the top. This is like a middle. And then just a door section at the bottom. I suppose it'd be something like that. And then there's you've got your door handle over here. So just put that in as well. Kind of roughly. Nothing too fancy. I think it's a doorknob rather than a handle. So let's just whack in a cylinder. Make it kind of low poly looking. Come on, grab that back face. Dink. There we go, there's a doorknob. Are they doorknobs on the back doors as well? I don't know. I might make them though, so it's easier to do. Okay, this can be again, we'll do it that dark colour because it looks a little bit overwhelming with all that what these planks are, which was again a number 13 I think. Should get used to that eventually. I don't know what colour the windows were. The material 16. Like that, and then we can just make this a goldy looking colour. Dull it down a bit. Playing Uncharted 4 on my PS4 sounds like it's taking off. I was playing Ghost of Tsushima the other day, and yeah, I think mine's getting to the point now where it's not loving life anymore. I can put it that way. Recovered from The Last of Us 2. Yeah, I mean, I think you know your PlayStation's going to have a time of it when the game comes with 2 discs. It was like with Red Dead. It's like, ah, here we go. Okay, there we go. There's a little door. It's about the right size. Now, the doors at the back are here, so they've got like two larger parts at the top and 2 smaller parts at the bottom. I can, my PS4 is nearing its end now. Yeah, I think mine is as well. I've only ever had one major issue with it. Touch wood. And that's when it just decided to shut down and I lost all of my Fallout 4 gameplay, which did kill me a little bit inside. Red Dead 2 was the first game where I had 2 discs. Yeah, same. Yeah, I don't really know what other games have 2 discs that are on PS4. It was a sight to behold. It's like, oh wow, here we go. Right. Door handle is about there, and then we've got these panels. So if we just do the little onset of the door frame, then do all these individually, inset those, then we need to put that onto individual origins so that they all scale in nicely, and then outwards and then inwards again. There we go, we've got a nice Resident Evil looking door there. I don't know where the door handle is going to go now. Whoops. That might be a problem. You know what, I'll just do it again, didn't really take long, did it? Let's just inset them further. There we go, there should be space for it now. Even if not, I can just squash it a little bit, that's fine. I think they're both different ways round though, aren't they? The one upstairs is on the left hand side, the one downstairs is on the right hand side. Medium point, let's spin that around on the Z axis. Yeah, we can just squash that a little bit so it makes it look like it fits better. And squash it in a bit, there we go. I've had mine since 2017-18, it probably needs clean. Yeah, I think I got mine in 2014, I think in like October. I sort of like just panic bought it basically. I remember there was hardly anything I really wanted to play on it when it first came out, other than I think I played Destiny, and I think the main thing I wanted to play was the first Evil Within, for some weird reason, because that was actually the first like horror game I ever played. But I was like, you know what, I'm actually going to give this a go for some weird reason. And yeah, things have been different ever since. Why did I do that? No, that is right, isn't it? Because it's on the right hand side, that on this one, and the left hand side on this one, so that's fine. Ta-da! There we go. There's all the doors and windows are done. Do a little save on that. There's this building on the side. First game I played was Uncharted Lost Legacy, but that was because it came with it. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, that's a good one to. It's a good one to play though. Like for it to come with. I do love that game. It's probably one of my favourite Uncharted games, to be honest. Okay, so we've got this little brick. I think this is the cells, isn't it, on the side? Which are something like that. I'm going to do exactly the same thing again and cheat with the roof as well on this one. Because that is the way forward in life. Do I rob? Yeah, rob that piece as well. How did I find The Evil Within? Yeah, I really liked it, to be honest. I never actually finished it. I remember I got really close to the end, and I think I ended up looking up the ending because I got so frustrated with it, but can't remember exactly. Basically, from what I remember, it threw like a bunch of bosses that you had earlier on in the game, all at you at once, with loads of other creatures, and I had hardly any ammunition to do anything with. And yeah, I didn't have enough to actually be able to finish it, so it kind of sucked in the end. I preferred the second one, even though the second one didn't feel as horror orientated. The first one felt much spookier, I think. I think it had more iconic bosses and creatures as well. I really liked the like the premise of it, the whole idea of kind of going inside someone's head and all that sort of thing. I thought that was all really cool. I think it was kind of good as well because I didn't really have any expectation because I hadn't played any horrors. Right, now Are the tiles going to look strange on this, or... It doesn't matter, I suppose they could have used bigger tiles on the jail cell, couldn't they? That can be my excuse. I'm going to slightly overdo it. And, yeah, that'll do. Just got to do all the brickwork, which I'm not going to do each individual brick. I think I'm going to make a couple of bricks and then just sort of hand place them, rather than making all of those, which could be painful. Got the big, like, cell door to do on this side. Right. So, there is... If I divide up the faces to start with, because these all need insetting slightly. And that one needs setting back slightly more for some reason. That's something I noticed in game. Gonna delete all these little bits. Don't think that'll be a problem, even if it does get rid of the floor underneath it, because that'll be in the ground. Okay, cool. Need the door needs to be similar height to the other one. And you just scale that in Z so that it's a nice flat line. That's better. We need a little window on the side here. So that basically sits right in the centre there, doesn't it? Basically like that. Yeah, that'll do. We've got a door here, but I can place that manually later. Actually, you know what, I'll make a gap for it, just in case. Just do something like that. Yeah. One thing I should have done, actually, let's undo all of that, because I need to match the exact same window this side. Yeah, that'll do. Scale that out again. Inset that. Delete that. Cool. Yeah, because then there's a cell this side and a cell that side, isn't there, if I remember rightly. These two windows can get inset a little bit, so that gives me some play when it comes to putting in this window. Well, bars. Your characters look like they're on the roof of the sheriff's building. Yeah, they're kind of just floating in space. It might be better if I just I can move R for 1 and R for 2. Just put them in front of the building. They probably need to be that sort of size, I suppose. And we can get rid of this guy. It's just a placeholder character. There you go, they might be a little less distracting now. Right, let's make this a colour of some degree. What colour should I make it? It needs to be... The mortar is obviously a, you know, stony looking colour. The bricks, very much quite dull, aren't they? Let's go with something like that for now. Not the prettiest colour. Yeah, that should do. It's kind of cool seeing like the map here as well, because it just gives you so much better idea of how it's all going to look once it's all together. It gives you a better idea of the scale of everything. Like looking at these characters, they look about the right size for how big Valentine is, I think. Okay, let's do some of these posts around this side. Just finish up this front part then. I might wait to do the stairs around the back until I can do the other building, because it'd be good to get the other building finished first, and then I can just kind of slot that into place, perhaps. there's also all this wooden decking as well, which let me lower the map because I can fit that under here. Again, because Valentine's slightly on a hill, not so much this end. You can see here where it's higher up than it is down here because you've got 2 steps worth of, you know, ground. So it's going to be kind of awkward to do that. I don't know whether to just make the decking flat for now, and then if I end up doing more of the whole town, then changing it to suit. Sheriff. I've got a little it's the same with all like the telegraph poles and stuff. I'll do those at a different time. Okay, what's the best thing to do? Just these pillars in the corner, I suppose. Could probably just use these. Do them on the same object. Make them a bit more square though. What's going on here? What's it? Medium point. No, make it its own object. I don't know what I've done there, but there's something hidden inside the building here. It shouldn't be. There we go, it's gone. Sorted that. Cool. You can put the origin then actually in the pillar, which makes life a lot easier when you're trying to manipulate it. Okay, that's somewhat square, isn't it? So if we just put this roughly in place, and it just butts up to the roof. I don't really know where it's going to be in the ground. If I allow a little bit of space for it, and bring that in a tad, it'll be somewhere around here. Okay, so they just sit slightly on the inside of the other beams, so they sit about there actually. Right, let's make a marker. Say there. Let's try and do this like fancy pillar work, which is slightly above the window. It's as high up as it goes. What's the best way of doing that? Doing one at a time. If we grab the bottom parts, extrude that outwards, and bring it down slightly. Cool. Or do I extrude the entire thing first? You know what, let's try that method instead. So I get all of this, extrude faces along normals, and then I can just add a load of edge loops to adjust it. So we need one here, we need one below that, then one directly below that, and then you've got your bit at the bottom. Will this work? It will, that's good. So, oh, I don't know where I went then. So that looks about right. And then you've got this one here that needs to be about the same size as that one, and this one we can just scale in slightly and bring that down to give that a little bit of an edge. Move that in a bit. Cool, there we go. There's a pillar. I might as well just do one entire side and then I can just move the entire thing over, and then that beam I can just suspend in the centre later. What we got? Yeah, it's just 2 beams come outwards. You know what? Let's put the set origin to the 3D cursor, and let's try and use a mirror modifier here. Speed things up a bit. Right, that comes up underneath here somewhere. Let's try and sort this out. and then you've got the big wooden beam that does intersect with these other ones slightly. So if you said the beams were here at this level, hopefully this will work quite nicely. I'll inset this slightly and then extrude, and what we should get is those beams in there. And I can do a very similar thing for the gallows underneath the brackets. Just extrude those outwards and move them up as well. Something like that. And then if I just apply that, then that's just one solid object now. Should already be the right colour, yep. Nice dark wood. These beams might be a little bit thick, but that should do for now. Okay, what's next? Yeah, I don't really know what to do about the decking. The decking part. I could just lay down some planks here, just as a guide to then where the stairs start. Could probably do that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that quickly. Again, I think if I was building both houses, it'd be easy to figure out all how the ground's going to look. So this does extrude past the pillars slightly. And it sits on the end there somewhere. How much does it come past that? Yeah, about that much. It will do for now. Might just try and rough these up a little bit just to make them look a bit more interesting than just rectangles essentially. Just do some little things on there to make them just look a bit more like, you know, like they've been roughly cut or something like that. And then, if I just grab one and spin it around. And then I can just probably just copy and paste these over and over again. Like that. That one on the end, I don't think. Something like that. And I don't know what colour the planks are. Probably a even darker wood than this. So we'll just sort that out quickly. Let's select we get the hex and make this colour the same colour as it started with, and then just darken it slightly like that. There we go. Cool. Kill. Right, I should probably try and finish off this sort of jail building. So if I do the windows and stuff first, and then I can go through and add the brick details. So there's like a wooden sort of plinth on the underside there, and there's nothing above it. So make that a little bit smaller, bring that in there, and how am I going to do this? Do I... Let me think. It's looking nice. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's come together a bit better now. It's always the initial starting. It's like you think, oh, this is going to go. You know, you have an expectation of how it's going to go, and then it just doesn't go that way. And then when things start going together, it's like, oh, you can relax a little bit more then. Thank you. Delete those. There we go. There's me jail bars then. Simple. And I can just colour that. Just make it a dark colour to make it look like it's inside. And these beams are quite a light steel looking colour. Or iron or whatever it is. And then another washed out wood looking colour. Cool. Just gonna put that the other side as well. What you got there? It's bloody hard work, man, taking me all this stream to relearn shortcuts, but got my blocks ready to edit before I start the roof. Oh, good. Yeah, the shortcuts definitely take a little while to get used to. I think it's just it's one of them. It's just trying to keep doing it. I'm really happy that I started the Tomb Raider set that I was doing, because that's helped me majorly, because I always had a goal to aim for, and I was just always using Blender. So now it's almost, it's a bit like with AutoCAD. It becomes sort of second nature, where it's like muscle memory. You just know where to type, but you don't know exactly what you're typing. It's quite weird. It's like when I look down at the keys I'm pushing, I'm like, oh, that's shift, not control. Or something weird like that. Thank you, Nat. It's a start. I think, one of the main things is like all of these little extras. As soon as you start filling those things out and the world then starts feeling more lived in, then everything just comes across a bit better. The Tomb Raiders are gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Shambingo the Magnificent. What an incredible name. Nevada next. I think that was the part. Yeah, I think Nevada was steaming ahead. So yeah, I think Nevada will be where we're going next on that. I'm hoping that I've been kind of releasing them. I've been doing like one, and then I'll wait 3 days, and then I'll release another one. I'm going to try to make it like a bit more often soon, because I've just made it to. I've just started the Antarctica ones now. So hopefully soon I can start getting them out a bit faster. But yeah, I thought Nevada would get voted, but I thought, you know what, I'll do a poll, because it'll be interesting to see what everyone thinks. But yeah, hope you're well. Hope everything's going all right. Oh, this jail cell looks quite boring. I don't think this little thing I've just added around the edge is actually there, but I like doing things like that, because it just almost frames a building a little bit better. Having this, I can't think what you call it, like the thing around the bottom of a room. I don't know what its name is. I can never remember. But yeah, that. Right, we've got to do quite a complicated door here. I think it's this beastie looking solid thing. So I actually might make the door up here so that I can see what I'm doing. So let's squash it to start with, and make it roughly door shaped. And then we can inset this.
I don't know why the scale does that sometimes. It's not insetting equally around the edges, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. Right, and then it insets slightly. We just divide it by 2. Let's do that. And then you've got the same sort of thing here. This gets set backwards slightly. Is it going to be better to just, you know what, I might kind of do what I did in my Age of Empires one. Let's see if this works. And try and make it so that you can see somewhat into the cell. I'm not going to like decorate the inside or anything, but just enough so that if I add a light inside the building, it will shine through the bars and stuff. So those windows I've done on the actual building I might change out. So yeah, that's alright, and then we want a gap of 3 here, and then all I can do is just grab these, all of those, and inset all of them. We want these ones to be a lot smaller than that. Again, just going to do this by eye. Try and get them roughly the same size, something like that. And then scale those inwards a bit, and then I can just go extrude, and they should all just cross each other. Like that. And I'll just drag those over. Ta-da! The hinges I can add separately. If that's the actual door itself. Just trying to think. If I added something like that, then there's space for the hinges to go around the outsides then. Just gonna bevel that edge to make it a little bit more interesting. We've got all these like little details to add. So there are some bolts actually bolting the door shut. Let's do the smaller details first. So in the middle here we want a cube, and we can just rotate that around 45 degrees and put that in there, and then just make it look like there's some sort of bolt in the centre of it. If it will let me select this face, which it's because I'm on the edge. Select, my bad. Just do something like that. We can make this all one colour as well. I don't think I've got a reference for this door. No, it's just dark. That's all I can see. Make those a slightly different colour, I think. Again, just going to place these by eye and let them just all intersect each other. That's fine. Cool. I'm just going to reuse these for the side ones as well, just scale them down a lot more. So, door handles in this section. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let's just get them roughly right. Got the same 3 down the centre here. We can just copy all these ones over. On to the other side. I don't think I'll worry about the bolts. I don't think I'll be able to show them properly because of how I've built the door and how it's going to be set against the wall.
I'll be handy if... You know what, let me just hide that. And then let's just select all of these ones. And then we can unhide it. Oh, hang on, how can I undeselect, that's a new word. How can I deselect this? Is it Alt L? No. Control L? No. Shift L. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna just make the door handle by doing this. Or maybe not. Let me make sure that that's... Make sure they're both exactly correct first. Bring that down and bring that down, and then I can just fill in that little gap. Oh, there you go, there's a door. Of some degree. Why have these... Why are they a different colour? Even though it says they are this colour. That's new. Huh. I'm very confused. Why has it done that? Ooh, that's really strange. Okay. Huh. I might just have to delete all those then, because that looks weird. And I've done it again. Strange, yeah. Never come across that before. Never mind, that's fine. Okay. We have a fancy looking jail door. Gonna darken that lighter colour a bit. Maybe make them darker. Yeah, that's better, I think. I think I prefer that. Okay. We just slot that somewhere in place. I'll make it bigger than the entire door frame and then set it outwards slightly. Yeah. And then just on the inside, all I need to do is inset it a tad. We do this by viewing it this way. And then if I scale that outwards, how can I do this? Do I just delete the faces? Right, and then you can see the wooden bits on that. If I do the same for each of these, you need to have the illusion that there's an inside, but not actually. Maybe if I just delete them straight up and then just scale these in a bit so that they look a bit better. Don't know how much you'll be seeing this side, but yeah. Then I can just put a light source in there or something to make it look a bit different. Okay, right, just going to add some bricks on this and then I might call it a day. I might do some, might add a little bit of lighting. But yeah, this has already been quite a lot. So just gotta make something that looks a bit like a brick. And then just sort of just copy and paste this about. Try and make it look like it actually belongs on the wall. So if I make this I don't really know what colour. Let's inset them into the wall a bit more so that you can actually see there's a gap between them. Just got to copy and paste these about a bit, I suppose. And see how it looks. You can have that overlapping into the wall a bit there. You can do the same this side. Just try and repeat them as much as possible and try and make them always look a little bit different. Sometimes easier to just try and do all of the wall because then you're not basically deciding where you're going to place bricks manually. Something like that. Maybe one more in the middle here somewhere. And put one up there maybe. Not sure if you'll see that one. I'll bring it down a bit so it's in between those two other ones. I'll quickly change that colour a bit. It to be a bit darker than that. Alright, as far as bricks go in the corner, I could just copy a few like that and just put them there. Could just rotate them actually. That way they look slightly different. Don't look that great actually. Let's just shift those about a bit. Yeah, that'll do. Some in the corners. Like so. Try and overlap them a tiny bit. Whoops. Helps if I can see what I'm doing. Again, if they're a little bit rough, I suppose that doesn't matter, does it? Because it won't be perfect anyway. Basically just going to copy these over though once I've done them once. Because you're never going to see two sides at the same time, so that's fine by me. Okay, let's just copy those up. How could I... I just grab a selection of these in the centre here. I might be able to just get away with sorry, get away with putting them straight in the centre here. And then I can just do the same the other side, but just change them a tiny bit. Just enough so that it's not identical. And then this side can basically just be a mirror image of this. Which, is it going to be a good idea to just mirror it? Using a mirror modifier, I think it might be. So if I make those their own object, and then we want to select the centre of this building. So hopefully that's around the centre. Then we can grab this, put the origin point to the 3D cursor, whack a mirror oh god, I can't speak, mirror modifier on it, and then there we go. It's the same sort of thing, just that side. And then, okay, they have copied over, but they're just slightly offset, so what I'll do is apply the mirror so that I can access these objects, and I'll just bring them all in, or all out, sorry, so that they're like that. And just need to play around with the colours really. Don't really know if I'm happy with that or not. It might just be because of the colour. Oh, actually doing them lighter, it looks a bit better, to be honest. Yeah, I think more light looks better. Okay, that's quite a lot of that done. I'll make that little chimney on the top. It's quite an easy little thing to make. Like so. Don't know how tall it is. Oh, it's actually quite high. It's a lot higher than that. Maybe something like that. And we can just go dink. And if we grab that shape from the centre there, I can duplicate that up and make the little hat. Is it a point on it, or is it just flat on the top? It's something like that, I think. It might be a bit... Just put that up a bit further. Make it a little bit higher, so it's a bit clearer. I can just make that a dark metallic-y looking colour. Could put a little thing around the bottom here so that it's like where it enters through the roof, it's got like a little protective flashing. Like that. Cool, that makes it look already a little bit better just by adding that. There is a lamp, isn't there, on the outside that I need to put in, which is here. So what I'll do is do that in front of the reference so that I've got a better idea of what it looks like. So let's make that a bit bigger. We can inset this. Just make the basic shape of the lamp. Basically just sculpt the cylinder to look more like it. Like that. And you've got those little bits that come out the side that I think support it somewhat. So that's those. Actually, they're thinner than that, aren't they? Individual origins, just scale them down. These are a bit fiddly to do. Make some sort of little thing that comes off the sides that can act as a support. Can we grab that one and this one, and then just inset those slightly, and then just drag that back. Then that can just sit off the wall then. And then that little plate for the wall I can do in a second. Thank you, mate. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully you've enjoyed it so far. I think this whole section here is a lot bigger than the actual base of it. It's more like that, and then the whole thing's quite little. Cool. So if I just make the whole thing a, I don't know, a dark brassy colour, that looks quite nice. And then I've just got to light this up somehow. I might use an emission texture. Just really done that the difficult way. Never mind. Assign, make it an emission, and let's make that a nice yellowy colour. And then we can put the strength up a bit. And then let's just do this little plaque at the back. Little thing that bolts it to the wall, I suppose. It's that sort of shape, isn't it? And if I just combine those objects together, yeah, it should just change it to that colour. And I can just do something fancy with it like that. Cool. There's a little lamp. Just gonna do want to put a light inside here. Right, as far as this single building goes, that is about it, isn't it? Other than some little decorations, so I will delete this one now. I'm going to just bring the Valentine map down a bit. And what I can quickly just do is something to make this one look a little bit more finished. Like I usually do, make it have like a little diorama base. And then I can, let's bring that out a tiny bit. Yep. Cool, that's good. And then we just want to give it a ground texture really. Let's shift this whole thing up. It's about there, I think. And then I need to basically deselect everything but that one plane, because I can just mimic there being some sort of ground underneath it. Cool. And then just subdivide this up and triangulate faces, and then do kind of what I did with the tiles, just select a few vertices and randomize. Bring that down enough that so that it doesn't bugger that up, so then I can use this one, scale that in, so that the ground actually finishes at the right level underneath the building here. So I'm not going to do this, won't make this too detailed because this will probably all change eventually. But it's alright for just displaying one model. You won't see any of this part anyway, really. And basically do what I did with the Age of Empires one, so let's just give it a colour. Let's go Control, no wait, Alt H to unhide everything. Did that work or did that? Alt H, there we go. I'm going to make that part black and this part too. God, the time goes so quickly doing this. Almost there. Let's look at it from above again. Grab all of that. We can make that, I suppose, quite a muddy colour, because Valentine's pretty muddy and it's just got hints of like green in it, which I can do by going on to shading, and I can just quickly do this. This shouldn't take too long to do. Right, we want texture coordinate, we want a noise texture, mix RGB or RBG, I don't know which way round that is. We need mapping and we need a colour ramp. Object to that, vector to vector, fac to fac, colour to fac, colour to base colour. So in fact I changed that colour in the first place. I didn't really need to do there. So let's make this a like muddy colour. Let's adjust these so I get an idea of what it's going to look like, and we'll make this just a grassy colour, I suppose. Let's make this a bit more dull. Oh, mud's really grey, isn't it, actually? Like looking at it on here. And just make this a greeny colour. So you get these patches of green. Put the roughness up and then change the scale right up. Adjust the detail on that one there as well. Distortion. Right. Looks a bit cloudy, but that might do. Bit of a shame that it's so similar to the actual. So let's make that a bit more of a. Make those colours a bit brighter. Does that look weird? Does a little bit. Keep that colour and then just maybe just have more green in it instead, even though it's not like that. Right, this version of Arthur can go. Gotta make sure I select all of his objects, so that's my bad. And his hat's already there, so. Now we just grab this, whack a plane underneath so it has some sort of colour. Yep. do need to add my little signature and whatnot to it, like I usually would do. Again, I'm not going to do this too detailed, just because it is, there's still plenty to do on it. Okay. Let's make something that looks like a barrel. Yep. Do the same on the bottom. Grab these. Scale them in slightly. So quickly add just a colour to them. Doesn't need to be anything major. Assign a metal-y colour to those. Extrude those out. Give something that looks like a barrel. Do the same on the bottom, just something like that. Just need to colour these few edges here. And this colour needs to change a lot. Yeah, I can make it like that. I'm trying to think how I could make those look like they've got actually made of bits of wood, but won't worry about that now. There's one of those over there. Oh, one thing I did forget. There looks like there's some sort of shuttered window on the end here. So if I just put something like this in and steal some of these planks of wood. Just scale those down. Looking amazing, dude. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going not too bad. I think it does look quite plain. But that's mostly down to like the whole set dressing of it. There's not loads going on yet. So it might turn out a little bit better eventually. Let's just give that some sort of colour in the background. Something else I can do, something that always makes things look a little bit better, is to add some light. And I want to add a light inside the jail as well. Only problem is you can see all of these bits at the back. How can I sort that? Could probably just put something inside there to hide the fact that you can see. I don't know. Let's just leave it like that for now. Out of curiosity, what else is at the front here? You've got these little things. Obviously the steps, the pole and all the grass. There's all those extra things that I can add in eventually. So yeah, it can be tidied up quite a lot. And made to look a lot better. There you go, there's Arthur in there as well. Loving life. Just gonna go and do a bounty. Just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna put another thing there. Oh, that's one other thing I need to quickly add in, even though you won't really see it. Let's just do a quick cheat. Sheriff's office. Like that above his door. Like that. And also, this lamp in the doorway isn't giving off enough light, so I'm going to put a light here as well. Not quite that bright, but put 2 of those in. Cool. Something else that might make this look a little better as well is by changing the camera size a bit. Wrong way. Just scaling that down a bit. And one last thing I'm going to do. So there's still loads of little details I need to add to this. But we're getting there. It would definitely look better if there's grass and stuff in, but doing all that now is going to take ages, and it's already, yeah, I've already been going like almost half an hour longer than I usually intend to. 2 hours just isn't long enough, is it, to do these streams? And to think that I wanted to do both of them as well, like, geez, I'm mad. Let's just add a colour. No, don't do that. I want to change the light colour. There we go. Maybe that sort of colour. Valentine was probably my favourite town in Red Dead 2. Yeah, I do like Valentine. It's always a cool little place to go. Especially when, yeah, Blackwater and Saint Denis can feel a bit full on. It's super gorge. Thank you very much. Yeah, glad you like it. Just move that away a bit. We can whack this up to like 4,000 maybe. That's probably a bit too intense. 3,000. Cool. There's lights inside here. You know what? Just gonna quickly do a little horse thing. I have no idea what you call it. This. This thingamabob. I can just move these about a little bit as well to make it look more interesting. Just copy that 3 times. Just spin them and offset, just move them a little bit. And I'll just add. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Just that. Spin it around that way. And we just want to scale it up in that direction. Then what I can try and do, hopefully. Huh, no I can't. There'll be a way of doing this, hang on a sec. Let's shift that down there. And then we can put that in there. This here, and this here. Actually, no, that doesn't want to work either, so let's just shift this all the way to the end. Squash it down. I suppose it doesn't matter if it's all rough. Doesn't need to be perfect. It's this like, rough wooden post anyway. Basically, want to just make these little areas where I can make it look like the this main pole attaches to the others. I'm just going to shift these in. Let's select these. Scale those in a tiny bit, then scale them up. And individual origins, squash them in a bit. They don't look amazing, particularly this one on this end. That's a bit naff, really. Never mind. Obviously there's rope tied around those as well, but I'll come back to that. Ooh, that's really weird. Why is the lighting that bad? I think that's really twisted, isn't it? That's why. Can I just cheat the system here and just spin the whole thing around? Or is it just as bad the other side? Yeah, it's not great. You know what? Let's just start from the top. Only take a second. Already been streaming longer than I intended anyway, so what's an extra minute? So I've found out just now that Twitch is basically Amazon. Now I've got this crown thingy because I already have a Prime membership. Oh yeah, Twitch Prime, right? Hello Chubba. Yeah, still going. I'm still going, I'm getting there. I am going to be finishing soon though. I'm just going to make this little thing and then just see what the lighting looks like, and then we're good to go. Right, this time, select that one, and that one. Scale those out and then squash those in a bit. Make that some sort of wooden colour as well. And I might make these centre parts look a little bit different. I think there's like rope wrapped around it, but that's going to take a little while to do. Again, I can always come back to it. Probably do a little bit of tidying up off stream anyway, and add in some extra little things. So I think it will look a lot better with grass. Like actual grass. Still think Arthur's the best part, to be honest. Okay. I'm going to do a save. Now I'm half tempted just to see what this looks like when it renders. Now everything might crash though, that is the only risk. Let's see. Okay. That looks pretty cool. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, once it's got like loads of trees and stuff, well not trees, but yeah, once there's grass around it properly, and there's a bit more going on, if there's more characters and stuff in there as well, I think that'll look a lot better. So, yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it a night there because I've been going for ages, and yeah, I'm there or thereabouts, and I'm definitely not going to get the other one done tonight. So, yes, thank you for joining me. I'm hoping ages. Those are rookie numbers. I mean, ages as in just, you know, for what I wanted to do. If I had done, you know, the other building as well, I definitely would have been here. What's that taken me? 2.5 hours. The other building would have been a little bit bigger. Yeah, I would have been here till like 12, I think. Yeah, cheers for joining us. Hopefully you can catch us again soon. I'll hopefully post this somewhere soon. Yeah, I'll do some tidying up and make it look a bit better. And yeah, I might carry on with this on stream. If people have enjoyed this, I suppose I can always just, you know, carry on plodding along, making more of Valentine. And yeah, thank you very much. I'll show you where I am with my John Marston house. Oh yeah, please do. I would like to see. Yeah, I'll catch you again, guys. See you later. Bye.